Hey everyone, so I'll give you one guess as to where I'm at. Kind of obvious, I mean the title of the video and all of that, but I wanted to kind of give you guys my ranking, standings, whatever, of the scare zones, and I thought it'd be kind of different, a little more fun, a little more interesting to kind of walk through the scare zones as I rank them and kind of start on my lower end and work my way up. It's gonna be actually a rainy night. It's starting to rain right now, but I'm still gonna try to pass through. No promises on how populated the scare zones will be, so maybe some of the points that I talk about will be hard to get across because maybe the scare actors won't be out just because of the rain. But I thought it would be kind of fun just to kind of give a visual of the scare zones as I talk about them, instead of, you know, me just sitting down talking to a camera at a table again. So we're gonna go hop in line. Got about 30 minutes until the park opens, so might even have time to go grab a drink. So let's get into ranking. All right, so we just got in, and that works out perfectly because right now number 5 is 30 Years, 30 Fears. Alright, so before I say anything about the scare zones or anything, I just want to say none of this is ever like about the scare actors. They're always giving it 110%. Every scare zone this year, every scare actor is killing it. My problem just with 30 Years, 30 Fears is just that entrance archway. It's never been my favorite scare zone in the past. Sometimes they utilize the space a little better than others, and just with this year, it's a kind of like an anniversary scare zone in a year where there are some very good anniversary things. So I think just coupled with it not being my favorite area and there being stronger representations of an anniversary scare zone, just kind of keeps that at the bottom of the list. But we're gonna move on to number 4, and I think that one's gonna kind of be a little divisive and get a few people upset with me. And that's because number 4 is Gorewood Forest. Just as an aside, I originally planned to record in the scare zones a little more, but it is so loud right now and I don't feel like yelling at the camera. But my thing with Gorewood Forest is I feel kind of like it's a wasted opportunity, and it's kind of hard to explain. The sets are great, the characters are great, obviously. It just feels like it should have been more. Like maybe spread out a little more beyond the Central Park area. One positive is I really like the change in design of the Terror Queen, just because if you follow me on Twitter, I hate the original design. It looks like just a nu metal fan with a Slim Jim hat on it, and wasn't super into that design. So I really like the change in design, but I just feel like there should have been more. The theming could have easily been in New York, take over that whole area. I don't know. I'm not creative. I'm not, you know, I obviously don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm sure some people disagree with me with the placing of the scare zone on my list. It's definitely one of the bigger falls because I think I originally had it at number 2. And now it's at number 4. So, you know, it's just, it feels like it's almost there, but there's just something missing. And I don't know. It just, every time I've gone through it, it's not really super done it for me. But let's move on to number 3. And number 3 is Crypt TV. So Crypt TV might be, I think, one of the largest jumps in my list versus where it stands now. I'm not sure if it was at the bottom of my list or somewhere around here, but it's definitely earned its spot, in my opinion, to be in the middle of the list. Reason for that is you're not going to get too many scares going through it. There's not many like scare actors on the ground walking around. It's all stages and stuff, but from those stages, I feel that the scare actors have been given the opportunity to really give their characters personality and really make it feel alive, if that makes any sense. The interactivity is really fun. Sorry, someone was being a douchebag. So, but everyone in the scare zone is working really hard, bringing a lot of personality to the characters. It's really encouraged me to want to seek out and watch Crypt TV content. So I feel like it's safe in the middle of the list. All right, now we're down to the top 2, and now number 2 is Seek and Destroy. So Seek and Destroy, it took a little bit of a bump because I think that was number 1 on my initial list, but it's just awesome. They've really evolved the scare zone as the event's gone on. I mean, we're in the midway point right now, but you know, it started off with just, I guess, the aliens, the controller, all that setup, but they've added things throughout. I don't know if they had still walkers before, but they had still walkers. They added victims because the aliens themselves are silent. So, you know, something that kind of comes up behind you and screams and scares you. It's a really awesome zone. It's really, like, everyone in it is killing it. I've said that about every scare zone, but it's very alive. I really enjoy it. It's very safe at its number 2 spot. I don't think anything's gonna move it from there. It's really well earned, but we're gonna move on to number 1. I'm sure you already guessed it. And number 1, if it wasn't obvious enough, is Lights, Camera, Action. So back in the car, had to re-record that Lights, Camera, Action spot a little bit because first time through, as you saw, there were no scare actors, but I wanted to still kind of show you just like all the setup of the stages and stuff. And then like as the rain kind of died out, as it got darker, I was able to kind of get it while it's inhabited by scare actors and stuff. But that is my number 1 scare zone of the year. It has a little bit of something for everyone. There's scares, there's interactivity, there's places for folks to get, you know, selfies with scare actors, I mean, with the stages and everything set up, and all the scare actors are bringing crazy energy and personality to the characters they're portraying, and really enticing people to, you know, take pictures with them, interact with them, and really, it's just all around a great, like the layout is great, design is great, there's a story to it. I mean, I can't think of anything negative to say about it. And I also enjoy that it's kind of giving Eddie, if you don't know, his character that, or not his character, an icon that should have been, but wasn't. It's kind of giving him his own spot to kind of run with, and it's just great. So that's it for my ranking of the scare zones. I'm gonna do something for the houses later. That's gonna be a little more, I guess, in depth. Don't know how I'm gonna do that yet, but we'll figure it out. Real quick, Andrew, if you're watching this, you and Noah, it was great to, you know, run a few houses with you guys and hang out for a little bit. So thank you for letting me tag along there for a minute. I'm gonna head out. So, you know, let me know down below if you agree with, you know, the ranking of the scare zones. If you think I'm an idiot, tell me, you know, thumbs up, thumbs down, the usual. But it's a great year, guys. We're halfway through the event, and I'm excited to see, you know, what happens at the end. If anything else changes, if anything else, you know, is added, taken away, we'll see. But if you haven't gotten a chance to, definitely come on out, experience the scare zones. If you want a better look, I did a video where there's no me talking over anything, it's just the scare zones. So I guess I'll link that somewhere, I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and stay groovy.